edition of Robyn Hutton's Great Adventures.
In the middle of the picture. Okay.
Now, today we're going to talk about kids' school projects. Is grade 4 too much to expect a big project from? Let's find out. There's a grade 4 class at David Cameron School with a student teacher that is learning about the Inuit. They are expected a full write-up in their duotangs, read a full textbook plus a couple of these books, and done in 6 weeks. Is this too much to expect from just a grade 4 student and grade 3? Let's find out with Dr. James Hutton.
Why,
Dr.
hello, Miss Robyn. Yes.
Would you please tell us, would a full report on the Inuit be too much to expect from a grade 4 student?
A full report?
Yes, a full
It all
report.
depends on how big the report is. You have to zoom back for it. You're zooming way back. You got to keep the people in the center. Zoom way back, way back, way back, way back. There. Okay. Okay,
Well,
just-
what they
just
have
a
to
sec.
do is...
Okay, keep me and Robyn should be right in the middle of your picture. Okay. Now put our heads up a little higher. So, no. So no, don't zoom. Just move the camera down. No, the other way. There, right there. Okay, that's exactly where we should be.
What they have to do is...
Can I
They have
the book?
6 questions.
Okay, you can zoom in on the book.
They have 6 questions. They have to think of 6 to 8,
Can you show us the front cover or
8
page?
questions.
Okay, now show Robyn's book. Okay, zoom out and then zoom in on Robyn's book.
They have to think of 6 to 8 questions on 6 questions. And then not to mention when they get to their notes. They must find notes, put them in point form on 7 questions, maps and pictures, a 3-dimensional model
Oh,
done in 6 weeks. Is that too much to expect from a grade 4 student?
well, I would like to say, Ms. Hutton, that education is something that doesn't come easy. Children have to work at it, which means that they have to spend time doing very creative projects like this. For example, it is very interesting to learn about the Inuit people and find out what they do and how they live, because they live in a totally different environment than we do. It's cold all the time, etc., etc. Therefore, in order to really fully appreciate what they do, like look at that lovely picture there, it is so necessary that you do a 3-dimensional model so that you can appreciate how difficult it is, for example, to build an igloo. This is not good photography, Brian.
Would it be okay, or would this be cutting down a child's education if their fathers or mothers help them with the 3-dimensional model?
Well, I guess there would be nothing to preclude their fathers or mothers helping them with the 3-dimensional model. In fact, it
There's
probably
something
be more
flashing
people-
here. It says B-A-T-T-E.
Okay. What do you do?
Quite.
Okay.
Now, is it
Okay, remember, get us both in the center.
not, what do you think of the school board these days? Are they being too hard on the children?
Well, let me explain a little more about the educational process. The educational process can work both 2 ways. First of all, you can have the teachers stand up in front of the
Ask you one more
classroom.
question.
As soon as I'm finished explaining my answer. You could have the teacher standing up in front of the classroom, reading books like this to the children, and it would be very good for her education. But what you could possibly have are children sitting in the desks in the classroom who are not paying attention. And therefore, they wouldn't learn anything about the Inuit. So therefore, by having a project, both 3-dimensional models and answering a number of questions in a notebook, it forces the children to read for themselves, to explore, to look at different reference material, and to actually construct and put together a 3-dimensional model to determine how difficult it is to build igloos and where seals are in the ice and things like that, and how the ice flows are. And so they touch and they feel and they really get into it.
How many times were you in grade 4, may I ask?
I was so good at grade 4. By the time I got out of grade 4 the second time,
Second time?
The second time. The first time I
The
did.
second?
First time I was in grade 4, I didn't learn as much about the Inuit as what I should have. So this, but the second time I was in there, I did my three-dimensional model.
Okay.
Hello.
Is what what do you think you learned most about in school?
In grade 4, the most about in grade 4, I remember in grade 4 was when we first were introduced to long division. Now, long division to some people is difficult. To others, it's horrendous. To me, it was
It's a
nightmare,
whiz.
a real nightmare. So what I did, in order to solve the problem, much
What
less
other kids use?
paper.
What other
And
kids?
because we're running out of trees these days, we need to conserve paper. So I thought by buying the calculator, I wouldn't use all this paper doing long division. Was I right? Did I save a tree? Probably
No.
not. But it was a good initiative.
Took a tree to build it.
And give me the picture. Thank you. What did you remember most about Jim?
That's my name, Jim. That's what I remember most about Jim.
No. I mean,
Some classes are called names.
turning your plaque.
I could never remember their names. Like when I had a geography class once, I didn't know what
Is this
geography
junior
was all
high?
about. But when I had a gym class, because it was the same as my name, I always knew where it was.
Okay.
So that's what I remember.
May I ask you one more question?
So,
What do you think that making learning fun helps the kids more to learn?
well, let me tell you what it was like when I went to school. I was in grade 4, by the way, some 34 years ago.
So we want to fix the camera.
Guys, don't fool around.
We'll fix the camera. I'm not in the picture.
I was in grade 4 34 years ago. And at that time, reading wasn't fun. Writing wasn't fun, and either wasn't long division. I didn't have much fun.
Okay. But if the
Maybe that's why I stayed there for 2 years.
if the teacher made it fun, like in long division, by explaining it with you with pizzas or baseballs or footballs, making it kind of fun.
You mean like how many footballs go into a pizza? And how many times?
Well, just something like that, eh? And let's
Or
say,
how many slices of pizza could you fit in a football?
Or
Now that would be fun.
Is that to you fun? A hand helping you with steps.
Well, let's show it to the audience, okay? Now, here we have, good cameraman, could you zoom in on this, please? Just zoom right in there. Zoom in on this hand.
Okay, I'm trying to get it. Okay.
Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom. Okay, there we go. Now the audience can see each little pinky has got something on it.
No, it
Why
doesn't.
don't we read them out?
Okay.
The first one is find, then read and look,
then
think
and
and
talk,
write,
and
reread.
Very good. Steps to help you with your research. Very, very good. That's very good.
Would that help you?
That would certainly have helped me. But I'd like it better if we could figure out how many slices of pizza would go into a football.
Go back to grade 4.
Okay. Oh, I've already been there twice.
What is easier for you to learn? When it's nice and fun and you're working with partners,
Pizzas? Okay.
or if you're stuck at a table and you're told to do this math sheet, and no talking, no nothing.
Let me think. I like it better when I got a partner to play with.
We'll take a commercial break, please.
Okay, so press the red button and turn it off.
Yeah.